They were trained to fear nothing. German soldiers, disciplined and ruthless, had seen the world's most advanced weapons. Tanks that crushed cities, fighters that ruled the skies. But then they faced something they could not comprehend. Something faster, smarter, and almost impossible to destroy. The moment American technology revealed its true power, the battlefield changed forever. And for every American watching today, pride is inescapable, because ingenuity, courage, and innovation won the day. The story of the Second World War is filled with moments of courage and devastation, but few are as remarkable as the technological leap made by the United States. While German soldiers stormed across Europe, confident in their tanks, artillery, and precision engineering, they were about to encounter a force they could not comprehend. American industry, untouched on home soil, had begun producing weapons and vehicles that not only matched German engineering, but often surpassed it in innovation and effectiveness. From the skies came the P-51 Mustang, a fighter aircraft that escorted bombers with unprecedented range and speed, keeping them out of reach of German interceptors. On the ground, tanks such as the M4 Sherman, often underestimated, were equipped with superior logistics and firepower strategies that bewildered enemy commanders. Every encounter revealed that American determination was backed by a technological arsenal that could not be ignored. German troops entering France or facing the Pacific Theater often underestimated the scope of American ingenuity. Radar systems, developed to track aircraft in the dead of night, revealed bombers long before they reached targets, and the combination of intelligence and industrial efficiency allowed the United States to deploy forces with unmatched precision. The Manhattan Project, a secret endeavor that culminated in the atomic bomb, remained unknown to the enemy until its fateful use. Yet even before that, the battlefield had already been transformed by more visible innovations. Amphibious landing vehicles that carried soldiers across seas under fire, medium and heavy bombers that struck targets with unerring accuracy, and the sheer scale of American production that German planners could hardly imagine. Every American soldier, engineer, and factory worker contributed to this unprecedented display of national capability. The P-51 Mustang, for instance, was more than a fighter. It symbolized freedom of movement, the reach of American ingenuity, and the ability to protect strategic bombers deep within enemy territory. German pilots, who had dominated the skies in earlier campaigns, found themselves challenged by a machine designed for endurance, firepower, and precision. With every dogfight, the Mustang proved that technology, coupled with training, could decisively shift air superiority. On the ground, tanks, trucks, and supply lines moved with efficiency that the Wehrmacht could scarcely anticipate. It was not merely the weapons themselves, but the systems surrounding them, communication, logistics, intelligence, that left German soldiers and commanders alike shocked. The D-Day story illustrates this perfectly. When Allied forces landed on Normandy's beaches, German fortifications seemed formidable, reinforced with concrete and artillery. Yet American ingenuity, from the use of landing craft and specialized vehicles like the Sherman DD tanks, to deception strategies that misled German command, turned what appeared impossible into success. Soldiers on both sides witnessed firsthand how the United States combined technology, planning, and relentless determination. Each obstacle was met with a solution, each defensive line with innovation, demonstrating to both allies and enemies that American production and problem-solving were unparalleled. Across the Atlantic and into the skies over Germany, technological marvels continued to appear. Bombers like the B-17 Flying Fortress and B-29 Super Fortress carried missions with precision that German anti-aircraft crews struggled to counter. Radar-guided defenses, high-altitude bombing techniques, and coordinated fighter escort strategies created a layer of protection for air crews while systematically dismantling enemy infrastructure. To German observers, it was as if the battlefield itself had changed rules overnight. They were trained for attrition, for conventional warfare, yet faced innovations that seemed almost impossible. And yet, for Americans, this was a moment of pride, a demonstration that ingenuity and industrial might could tilt the scales of history. Every theater of war provided moments that astonished the enemy. In the Pacific, the introduction of aircraft carriers, long-range bombers, and radar-guided naval operations forced Japanese commanders to reassess strategies constantly. In Europe, advances in communications, encryption, and electronic warfare rendered German intelligence less effective than ever before. American soldiers, from frontline infantry to tank crews and pilots, carried these advantages into battle daily. Each victory was not only a triumph of bravery, but also of technology, coordination, and national effort. German troops, accustomed to fear and discipline, were confronted with a level of innovation that they had never experienced, sparking awe, disbelief, and sometimes panic on the front lines. Even mundane technologies played pivotal roles. Jeep vehicles allowed rapid troop movement across terrain that would have slowed German advances. Engineers used portable bridges to cross rivers under fire. Medical evacuation units saved lives with efficiency that boosted morale and preserved fighting capacity. In every detail, American technology extended human potential, turning ordinary soldiers into a force capable of extraordinary feats. The cumulative effect on German troops was staggering. Every engagement reminded them that America was not just another enemy, it was a nation operating at a scale and sophistication they had never imagined. By the end of the war, the impact of American technological and industrial supremacy was undeniable. From the production lines that never stopped, to the aircraft and tanks that dominated the battlefield, to the intelligence and radar systems that guided every operation, the United States demonstrated a level of coordination, innovation, and execution that left the world in awe. German soldiers may have fought valiantly, but they faced a force whose technological edge, strategic vision, and industrial capacity were unmatched. For Americans watching history unfold, these victories were not only military, they were a testament to ingenuity, courage, and national pride.